John, how much is everybody looking forward to being back at Ewood Park this weekend and the start of a really exciting week of football?
Yeah, everyone's looking forward to playing in front of the home fans again. You know, I thought last week against Derby they were magnificent. You know, it was a great night, and hopefully we can have a really good Saturday with the support from a terrific home base.
I guess it's important to win the games. Was the part of you really pleased the way we were able to entertain the fans as well? Because football nowadays, there is that element to it as well.
Of course it is, you know, and to score that many goals last week was really pleasing. It's lots of hard work been happening over pre-season and on the training ground. So to see that come out was great. You know, to concede 4 or 5 goals wasn't so pleasing. So there's lots of hard work ahead, of course there is, but you know, we want to continue the good vibe.
How important is that home form for us this year?
Yeah, obviously it's key. You know, we want to make Ewood a real special place to play our football and entertain the fans, and make it a real difficult place for the opposition to come. You know, the only way we do that is keep working hard on the training field, making sure that we stick together through them difficult moments, and we need them home fans to really get behind us and make sure we do come through it. Them difficult moments like they did against Derby.
How positive a start to the season do you feel it's been for us?
I think it's been a good start, definitely. You know, to win your first game is always a big bonus. You know, there's been a lot of hard work over pre-season. Obviously, the players coming in quite late with the transfers as well, and they've really settled in. You know, they've got a great group of players here to come in and settle, make them very settled. Good experience coming in as well. So, you know, it's been a positive start, and you know, we've got to continue that positive feeling.
Do you feel then that, you know, as we go on and the more integrated the group get, that we will only improve as time goes on as well?
I think the bond of the group and that bond between the fans and the players will improve. Obviously, you know, you can't guarantee to win games every week. You know, we're going to lose games, of course we are, but all I ask for is that togetherness, and every time we play home and away, you can see the commitment from the group. You know, we're going to have some real difficult moments throughout a championship season, and it's how we react to that. And I know when we've got the bond in that dressing room that they've got, you know, and the bond with the fans as well, you know, we'll get through them difficult moments quicker than maybe last season.
I think one man who kind of has typified the team at the start of this season is Lewis Travis. Captain the side at the start of this campaign. Just what was the thinking behind that, given that he spent the second half of last season away from the club?
I think he loves the football club. He's got a great rapport with the fans. You know, he's a real leader. He plays like a captain, you know, and you know, he's somebody that I've admired for a long time. You know, working at other clubs, you know, always coming against a Blackburn team with him in it, it's always very difficult. So, you know, I'm glad he's our captain. He's our leader, and you know, he's going to play a huge part in what we do this season.
Does he typify in many ways what you want the team to be as well?
Yeah, of course it does. You know, he's got that never say die attitude. He's always on the front foot. He's always talking. He plays with a smile on his face. You know, you can see by the celebrations last week how much it means to him to win for Blackburn, and you know, we're very fortunate to have him here.
Did even you have a wry smile when you saw those pictures of him screaming in front of the Blackburn end?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, but it just shows that, you know, those are the kind of characters and the passion that we want at this football club. You know, so you know, I was proud of his performance. I've been proud of how he's really applied himself since he's come back from Ipswich. It could have been a difficult time for him, but you know, I kept in touch when he was away last year. I knew what impact he would have in the group this season, and he was obviously he was missed last year, and he's very well thought of here. So you know, I'm glad he's part of the group again, and so are the lads.
While he wears that armband, do you feel you've got a few characters like that in the dressing room, and those experienced guys that you brought in, did they help create that environment?
Yeah, of course I do, and they only help Lewis as well. You know, we brought Fads, who was captain of Coventry, we brought Danny, who's been captain of Sunderland and Norwich and them kind of teams. So, you know, it's important that we bring leaders in to help the group. Trav's still a young captain at 25, 26, I think. So, you know, to have that experience around him is vital. And, you know, I want a team of captains at the end of the day. I think whoever plays, no matter how young or how old you are, you've got a huge responsibility to make sure that we come out with that competitive edge, and you know, we need to look after each other, and that's why I ask. When
you look around you, do you feel it's a more mature dressing room, and there is a little bit more character than maybe had at times last year? At the moment, yeah, but we're still very short in certain areas as well, and when we recruit
over the next week or so. It's important that we bring the right characters in who can bond correctly with the group and feel part of the family we're trying to create here. You know, any team with a smaller budget or a smaller squad need that togetherness and need them right characters to make sure they get through a really tough 46 season champion in the championship. You know, so it's a difficult lead, so you need the right players and the right characters to make sure you come through it and be successful.
It gives an idea about modern day recruitment, how you sort of find out about the player, but also the person behind the player as well. You mentioned that their character, they need to be the right fit for the club. They
do, and you know, obviously we've got John Parks, Adam Owens, and Rudy Gusted now all in charge of that side of it. And you know, the signings up to now have been good, and it's just important now for the last 8 days that we highlight the correct characters and bring them in and who are going to make us better.
Is the clock ticking a little bit, given we are getting towards the end of the window now?
Yeah, it is, but you know, we brought the players in late, you know, a couple of weeks before the start of the season. So, you know, again, it's important that we get it right. We can't rush. We can't just bring players in for the sake of bringing players in. So, up to now, it's been good. So, you know, fingers crossed we can get it right before the window ends.
It just gives an idea what you expect or what you would like, ideally, from the next week or so with the window being open.
Well, I think, as I've spoke before, you know, we're short in areas, in the full-back areas. You know, we've got Ainsley as our number one at the moment. You know, we need competition in that area as well. You know, we still need competition in wide areas. So, you know, there's a number of positions that we need to bring good people in and good characters to make sure that week in, week out, you know, we can turn around and make good positive changes. And if we have injuries and suspensions, whoever comes in can, you know, not be a loss.
Are you thinking just it has to be about incomings and not outcomes? Is that your only process at the moment? I want players in, no one going the other way?
Yeah, as I spoke about last year, you know, it's important that we keep that core group. We build properly. It's not about short-term success, it's long-term success, and to do that you have to start with the foundations, and we've got a really good base of players here, you know, an honest group of players who will run through a brick wall for each other and the club. You know, I think that's been proven at the start of the season. So, you know, it's important that we keep adding good quality and the right characters to this group to make sure that home and away we're very competitive, and people don't look forward to playing against us.
You touched on players making an impact from the bench there. I think it's 4 goals in the league already from substitutes, which greater than the tally we managed for the whole of last season. How key a factor is that in the modern day game, that it is the squad and not just the team?
Yeah, I've said from day one it's all about the squad, you know, and you know, those who run their socks off for the first 60 minutes know they're setting up the rest of the group to go on and finish if they come off. You know, we've got good changes. It's about how the people approach being on the bench. You know, there's going to be times when starters will need to be rested and make that impact off the bench as well. So over a course of 46 games in the Championship, everyone knows their roles and responsibilities, and you know, it's important that there's no sulkers, no egos. If they're not playing, they know they can come on and make a difference, and that's the environment and the culture we're trying to set here.
How impressed have you been with Oxford starts of the season?
Yeah, very good team, you know, excellent manager, very well coached. I've seen both their games live, been very fortunate to go to the Norwich game when they played Norwich and Coventry last week. So, you know, very unfortunate to lose the game last week. They certainly didn't deserve to lose, so we know it's going to be a really difficult game against a good team.
For those who haven't seen their games, what can we expect from them?
Very well organised, you know, they play a real exciting style of football, you know, they never give up, and you know, we know it's going to be a really tough game.